And welcome back here to South Florida. We're on Radio Row on 590 The Fan, KFNS, and KFNS.com. Howard Balzer, Jeff Gordon, Jeff Vernetti with you, and it's our pleasure to be joined by yet another Hall of Famer, Barry Sanders. Barry, how are you, my friend?
I'm very good. It's great to be here. How you guys doing?
Very good.
Excellent.
We were talking before we got on the air here. You know, St. Louis obviously struggling. Your Lions struggling. We're kind of mixed company here. That our teams are not doing well.
Yeah, we got to do something about that. We got to do something. I'm speaking for the Lions. I don't know about the Rams.
Well, we need to do some of that as well, yeah, for sure.
I got to ask you this. Kids grow up trying to emulate their favorite players, but how do you emulate what you do, that full speed change of direction that just breaks the ankles of guys that were thinking they had the whole field? I mean, I've never seen a guy be able to just change directions full speed, like that. I mean, how do you do that?
I wouldn't suggest you try that stuff at home. But, no, but hey, I know for me, I was absolutely inspired by the guys that I saw play. Tony Dorsett, O.J. Simpson, Walter Payton, Terry Metcalf. Terry Metcalf. It was the St. Louis Cardinals then. And guys like that were playing when I was a kid. I was tremendously inspired by it. And I'm pretty sure a lot of things that I did were trying to mimic those guys.
So much of it is instinct, how much of it is studying defenses and having a sense where guys are going to be. I always had the feeling that Marshall Faulk, for example, just had a sense of where guys are going to be, and he would cut just before he even really could see them. Was that kind of part of it?
I think so. I think it's a combination of things. I think it's your vision and reaction, but I also think there's some things other than that. Visualizing things. I mean, I know that. And I don't know to what degree it helps, but I know I spent many hours just fantasizing about what you're going to do on the field, visualizing, I guess you can call it. What are you going to do on the field? What are you going to do in this situation, that situation? And so, I think a lot of those things do help and come together, other than just, athletic ability and things like that.
The Hall of Famer Barry Sanders with us, and again, he's brought to you today by Miller Lite, and they have a great deal coming up that we'll tell you about. It's called Taste Greatness, where you can actually win this charity auction and have Barry Sanders at your house for the Super Bowl coming up on Sunday. eBay.com/Miller Lite. We'll tell you about that, again, that auction coming up. Barry, you were able to step away from the game on your own terms. We had Kurt Warner earlier today, and I'm sure he wrestled with the decision but decided to step away. But oftentimes, I'm sure he asks us all the time, hey, you had a lot of years left if you wanted it. For you, that decision to step away from the game, really at the top, how was that for you? Was it difficult? Did you just say, I know where I'm at, and this is where I want to go out? And tell me about that decision.
Yeah, it was a difficult decision because, I had been involved in sports, pretty much all my life, and still pretty much consider myself a jock. Love sports, love competition. But I knew that I had lost enough of a desire to play football that it was something that I had to do. You said a key phrase. You still had a lot left. Well, I mean that's true in several ways. I had a lot left as far as what I could have done football-wise, but then you still have a lot of living to do. A lot of things you need to learn. Other things you can get involved in, and for me it's worked out, and I don't regret it because I just sort of knew that it was time for me, and probably what helps is that I played for 10 years and had 10 great years and enjoyed some success and was able to leave on my terms.
When you had that feeling, was that something that was there the whole offseason? Because obviously there was a little angst about it because it happened basically on the eve of training camp. Had you been having it all offseason and kind of wondering, well, maybe I'll get it back, and it never happened?
Yeah, I knew at the end of that season that it was going to be my last season. And to the point where that last game, I remember just breaking down in the locker room and crying. And guys were looking like, what's wrong with him? And I never explained it. I never said anything, and then the off season came, and I was like, man, I got to make this decision. And it's amazing how fast those off seasons go. and so that's kind of how it happened.
I tell you, there is more to Barry Sanders than just football. When somebody gets you at their house for winning this deal,
tell us about this.
You're going to be able to talk about more than just
Are you gonna
who's going to win the
It's
game.
a great deal, man.
Wonderful.
It is sponsored by Miller Lite, and you can go to ebay.com/Miller Lite if you want to participate in the auction. I'm going to come to the home of the winner.
That's wonderful.
Miller Lite is going to supply the food and the drinks, and so you don't have to worry about that part. And the proceeds go to the V Foundation for Cancer Research, which is for a great cause.